Cass County authorities are on the hunt for a man suspected of multiple crimes across 3 cities. And we'll break down Washington's new gun law slated to go into effect on New Year's Day.
Well, our winter weather and rain is wrapping up. Get ready for a dry afternoon, rainy night ahead. All the details on my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Good morning to you. Day after Christmas.
Day after Christmas. How was your Christmas?
It was wonderful. Had a great time with family, spent a wonderful weekend, and yeah, we're here bright and early. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
And welcome. And for those of you who aren't aware, Jason Valentine has had his last day on Friday.
Yep.
And so now for the next little bit, we're going to have Stacy here in our mornings, and we're going to have such a great time.
That's right.
So my mom texted me yesterday, and she's down in Plymouth, and she said that she saw a little bit of snow yesterday for Christmas.
There was a little bit of a mixture of everything going on yesterday, but the good news is so far that's starting to taper off. In fact, I'll go ahead and head on over to the Weather Center and let you guys see what's happening on our Skywatch radar. There is that mixed precip. All that pink right there is freezing rain passing through, and it kind of hit Walla Walla and Dayton early this morning. So folks in Walla Walla and Dayton, I would definitely check those road conditions for you, because it could be a little bit slick out there so far. So again, check those road conditions out in the region. Here's visibility. We're also going to see the low clouds and fog, and we've really started to see that fog move into the Columbia Basin. Pendleton down to less than a mile of visibility. Same thing in Prosser, and a little bit better in Ellensburg, but definitely you can see that fog on our Dust Devil Giza Skycam. 31 degrees right now in the area. Winds are light at 0. Let's take a peek at temperatures around the rest of the area. 32 in Pendleton. Again, with these wet roads and these low temperatures, be prepared for slick driving conditions this morning. And taking a look at what's coming up, again, strong gusty winds developing in the foothills late Tuesday into Wednesday. We could see an advisory there. More rain tonight and into tomorrow. Lots more to get to in my First Alert full weather forecast. Riley?
A Pasco teen died early Saturday morning in a car crash in Franklin County. Around 12:30 a.m. Saturday, 18-year-old Nizer Kiata Barragon was driving on State Route 395 about 12 miles north of Pasco when he lost control of the vehicle. The car rolled and it came to rest upside down. Authorities say the driver was going too fast for road conditions. His 2 passengers were not wearing their seatbelts. 17-year-old Jostin Kaida Barragon died of his injuries after being taken to the hospital. Another passenger in the car, a 20-year-old woman from Pasco, was also hurt. She was taken to the hospital, but her condition is not known at this time. The driver of the vehicle was not hurt. 2 people are in the hospital after a wrong-way crash in Pasco on Christmas Eve. Around 12:45 a.m., a 26-year-old Hermiston man was driving southbound in the northbound lanes of State Route 395 inside Pasco city limits. A 37-year-old Kennewick woman was driving northbound on 395 when the first vehicle struck her head-on. Both drivers were charged with DUI, while the male was also charged with driving the wrong way and without headlights. Their conditions are unknown at this time. 2 Seattle residents were involved in a single vehicle crash in Benton County outside Prosser. According to the Washington State Patrol, around 10 a.m. Saturday morning, a vehicle was heading eastbound on I-82 when it left the roadway and hit the guardrail. The 21-year-old male passenger was transported to Cadlick Regional Medical Center, while the 27-year-old female driver was not injured. She's been charged with improper lane usage. Several people were taken to the hospital Monday evening after a multi-car crash just outside of Hermiston. The crash happened around 6 p.m. on Umatilla River Road near Cooney Lane. Authorities say 3 vehicles were involved in the crash and 9 people had to be treated for injuries. 1 vehicle traveling southbound on Umatilla River Road struck another vehicle heading northbound at a high rate of speed. A 3rd vehicle crashed into the 2nd after attempting to avoid the first vehicle. The driver of the first vehicle is suspected of being impaired. 7 patients were critically injured, including 2 under the age of 10. All of the injured were taken to nearby hospitals. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office is searching for a Skagit County man after a series of crimes in several cities. According to officials, 31-year-old James J. Kelly of Skagit County committed multiple crimes, including burglary and theft in or near Cle Elum, South Cle Elum, and Easton. Police say Kelly is also wanted on several warrants out of Skagit County. Deputies say they served multiple search warrants at Kelly's residence and recovered stolen property, drugs, guns, and more evidence. One man and a Cle Elum woman associated with Kelly have been arrested in connection with these crimes, according to police. And if you see Kelly or have information on where he could be, call 911. And if you know information on previous incidents that could be related, call KitCom at 509-925-8534. There's a controversial new gun control law that's scheduled to go into effect New Year's Day. It will force all potential gun owners to wait 10 days between buying a gun and taking it home. Apple Valley News Now's Alyssa Warner breaks it down.
We know we have more work to do, but this is a great thing for the state of Washington. Congratulations.
When Governor Inslee signed a package of new gun control proposals into law this spring, some of them, like the ban on certain types of gun, took effect right away, despite lawsuits to try to put the ban on hold. But one of the new laws, hotly debated during the legislative session, won't kick in until January 1st. Would-be gun owners will have to wait 10 days to complete a purchase. State lawmakers were split on whether that would save lives or endanger them.
The sad fact today is that over half of suicides are committed with a firearm. There are very few do-overs when a gun is used. And that's why, Mr. President, this cooling off period that's in the bill is so critically important.
There may be a mom with a couple of little girls and in a serious domestic violence situation. Even if she finds the instructor, and if she can afford the class, and if she can get into one of those classes that don't exist today, she will still have to wait another 10 days after the purchase of the firearm to protect herself.
The new law also requires people to go through training before they can buy a gun, a step that begins January 1st. This law is a trimmed-down version of a proposal that initially would have required everyone looking to buy a gun to get a permit first. Voters approved a similar law in Oregon over a year ago, and that's been tied up in the courts ever since. State lawmakers here in Washington eventually took the permit requirement out of the final proposal in the 2023 legislative session. But lawmakers have already filed a new bill for the 2024 session, asking, once again, to make permits a requirement for gun purchases.
Opponents to the law say you shouldn't have to get a permit in order to exercise a constitutional right, while advocates believe that requiring a permit would help close several loopholes in the gun buying process. The legislative session begins on January 8th. Another change slated for next year will affect agricultural workers. The Washington Department of Labor and Industry has drafted new rules to protect outdoor workers during wildfire season. On January 15th, the state will require employers to keep an eye on air quality. They're encouraged to provide masks to help filter out smoke when warnings enter the moderate level. When the smoke becomes unhealthy for sensitive groups, employers are required to take steps to protect workers, such as providing masks and moving them indoors, if possible, or changing schedules and offering additional rest periods. They'll also have to inform workers about the dangers of working in wildfire smoke and how to tell if you need to seek help. Public access to the Walla Walla Courthouse is set to change in the coming year. The Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office and the Walla Walla County Board of Commissioners said the courthouse is turning into a single point of entry starting January 2nd of 2024. The Sheriff's Office said signage will be available to direct people. Handicap access will be in the back of the courthouse where there are marked handicap parking spaces available. People who enter here will be escorted to the security screening, and the changes have been put in place in an effort to ramp up security at the courthouse. We'll return in just a moment, but first Stacy Lee joins us now with a quick look at your weather forecast. And if you're feeling a bit bloated after enjoying a delicious Christmas dinner, when we come back, we'll give you a few ways to cut down that feeling this holiday season. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it gonna look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have, we try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
A new year calls for a new look. During the 4-day New Year Super Sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 6 years no interest. But don't wait. The 4-day New Year Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Let Columbia Safety's experienced staff prepare you for emergency situations. Get certified in CPR, first aid, nursing assistant, or EMT. Visit columbiasafety.net to sign up for our in-person or online courses. Columbia Safety, training for the future.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back, everyone. Christmas is a time of joy, giving, and of course eating. And if you're pulling out those stretchy pants after overindulging on holiday treats, Mandy Gaither has a few ways to beat the holiday bloat.
From cookies and cakes to turkey and treats, maybe even a glass of wine. Sometimes we overdo it on holidays, so if you're feeling a little blah, you're not alone.
Overeating in general can make us more tired.
If you're stuffed, go ahead and gravitate towards some healthy foods which you enjoy, says Dr. Donald Hensrud with Mayo Clinic.
Don't go to the snack table and mindlessly munch. You can get tons of calories that way. Or if you're cooking, don't mindlessly munch and snack and taste things.
Hensrud says certain foods can make you feel more full than others. If you need something else to munch on, go for fruit and veggies.
They have fiber, so they can make you feel full, but they don't have a lot of calories, and they'll go right through you. They'll go through your system and not retain that bloated feeling for a long period of time.
Next, get moving. Hensrud says being active after a big meal can help with that bloated feeling.
That doesn't mean training for the Olympics during holiday season, but just doing a little bit of activity.
It's not only food, but fluids that can make us feel extra full. Put down the alcohol in sugary or carbonated drinks and pick up a glass of water. Hensrud says hydration can help. And finally, just say no to another helping.
You'd be surprised if you cut yourself off a little bit before you're really stuffed. Then the satisfied feeling comes and you can feel good about things and not overly stuffed.
I'm Mandy Gaither.
Coming up, travel troubles all across America as many people begin traveling home this holiday season, from poor weather to airlines putting travelers on the wrong flights. And Stacey Lee will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
It's Furniture Row's 4-day New Year's super sale. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years no interest financing. But hurry, the 4-day New Year's super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $2,500 on Rogue. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Next extra, Oprah strikes gold with the color purple. Clooney rose towards box office glory.
Made for a good Christmas Day movie.
The ultimate holiday movie battle. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Psychiatric nurse practitioner Juliette Dennis is now providing mental health care at Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic. Her services include medication management for behavioral health disorders like anxiety and depression. To schedule an appointment with Juliette, call the Grandview Clinic at 509-203-1080 or learn more about mental health services from Prosser Memorial Health at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
In a time when good service is hard to find, turn to Mel's Intercity Collision in your time of need, serving the Tri-Cities for nearly 50 years. With towing, repair, painting, and more, trust in Mel's. Mel's Intercity Collision, treating you and your car with respect.
Here's to 365 nights of better sleep during the 4-day New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or check out the Summit, now only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee.
And good Tuesday morning to you. Our Legends Casino Skycam this morning. We're pretty clear, but there's some patchy fog appearing, especially in Pasco this morning. Much clearer here, though, Columbia Point and Richland. 31 degrees, winds are 0. Our humidity, 96%, and that was that moisture that came through. And that is also going to be those low clouds and fog. Winter weather advisory in place till 10 o'clock. It was for the entire region last night, and it's expiring as the day goes on. And that threat of winter weather passes through the region. But take a look. We have very active weather all through the Pacific Northwest. We're kind of in between systems now, but there's another one brewing out on the Pacific. That's going to move right into our area. Here's the low clouds and fog passing through. Most of the rain, freezing rain, and even snowflakes have now moved to the east, and that will continue to be the trend for today. But out on the coast, we have another system brewing and waiting to come in our direction. Let's take a look at Futurecast going forward. We're probably going to see a few sun breaks. Hopefully, if we can get out of the low clouds and fog later this morning or into the afternoon in the Columbia Basin. Foothills of the Blues, we're seeing a lot of fog, though, just clinging to those foothills there. Yakima, Sunnyside, still cloudy, but here comes that next band of snow showers along the east slopes of the Cascades, even some mixed precip, and then we'll see some rain showers develop on and off, spotty, scattered through the area Walla Walla, Tri-Cities. This is Wednesday morning. That bigger storm really punches through Wednesday about midday, where we're going to see again snow along the Cascade Mountains and the east slopes, with rain showers all the way down the Yakima Valley, streaming through the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, and in Walla Walla and Dayton area. It'll be a little bit unsettled as we get into Thursday with partly cloudy skies. Now we are checking that visibility. It's pretty reduced right now, down to 1 mile in Cle Elum. Looking good in Ellensburg. Reduced visibility at Yakima, Prosser, and Tri-Cities down to just 1 mile. Pendleton down to 1/4 of a mile of visibility. So a little bit crazy there. Plus, cue the winds. It's going to be gusty winds beginning overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. And we're talking we could have an advisory level. Check out the foothills of the Blues. We'll see those winds gusting 40 and 50 miles at a time along the foothills of the Blues and in the Grand Ronde Valley. Not quite as bad in the Columbia Basin, but Walla Walla and Dayton could be pretty severe. So we're going to keep our eye out for a watch. Let's take a look at our temperatures around the region today. Look at the Kittitas and Yakima Valley. Not looking too bad today. These temperatures are actually running above average or close to the average for the next couple of days, and even well above the average coming up. Temperatures there in the 40s, foothills of the Blues. And our overnight lows tonight, mostly cloudy. We could see those showers developing late overnight, early morning scattered, and those temperatures will be at the freezing level once again. So we could see some slick driving conditions on those roadways. Stay with us. There's more First Alert weather on the way. Riley?
Snow and some headaches to Americans around the country today. The Plains region already experiencing blizzard conditions and bringing some issues for folks traveling in cars. Flight cancellations limited so far. Liz Landers has a look at the weather and travel conditions across the country.
This morning, a wintry weather storm is hitting the heartland, bringing blizzard conditions around the holidays. That was I-80 at a standstill for hours yesterday in Nebraska when whiteout conditions caused dozens of crashes. 50-mile-per-hour winds shut down part of I-90 highway in South Dakota Christmas Day, too. South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa all under a winter weather advisory and ice storm warning. Up to a half-inch of ice could accumulate on trees and power lines. Expect these conditions through Wednesday. And the same storm system will bring heavy rain into the mid-Atlantic by this evening and into the Northeast by tomorrow. These conditions expected to cause travel delays on the roads and in the skies as Americans are eagerly back to traveling for the holidays. 157 flights within, into, or out of the U.S. canceled so far, and 2,111 delayed as of late afternoon Monday, according to FlightAware. One airline mix-up leaving a 6-year-old boy in the wrong city.
They told me, no, he's not in this flight. He missed his flight. I said, no, he could not miss his flight because I have the check-in tag.
Spirit Airlines accidentally sent an unaccompanied minor from Philadelphia to Orlando instead of his correct destination of Fort Myers, Florida. Spirit Airlines saying the child was always under the care and supervision of a Spirit team member, and as soon as we discovered the error, we took immediate steps to communicate with the family and reconnect them.
And it has been a record year for airline travel. TSA says they've seen 12% more travelers this year than last. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, Powerball Watch is back as lottery's jackpot continues to rise.
If you have an injury claim and are considering a settlement with the insurance company, make sure you're compensated for every element of damage you're entitled to. Don't be tempted to accept a quick holiday settlement. This holiday message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's traveling to the holiday family dinner in an efficient Accord hybrid, or heading to a hike to burn it off in a powerful CR-V hybrid. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's Monday Night Football on Saturday as Detroit takes on the Cowboys live from Dallas. The Lions battle the Cowboys, a special Monday Night Football. Watch Saturday starting at 4:30 only on Apple Valley News Now.
Volunteer CEO Mark Brault has earned Grace Clinic a $1,000 donation from STCU.
We are completely community funded, and everything that we do is free.
Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Before the tree was trimmed, before the stockings were hung, and yes, even before Thanksgiving, it was already home. At McCurley, we know it's the people, traditions, and memories that make this season bright. And that's why we're here, because a vehicle is more than just a vehicle. It's also one of the ways you bring the holidays home.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from Mercedes-Benz of Tri-Cities.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Ring in the new year with style at More Furniture's New Year's sale this holiday weekend. We're celebrating all weekend long with incredible values on furniture and mattresses in time for the new year. Your home deserves a fresh start for 2024, and we've got everything you need during the New Year sale at More Furniture. Visit your local showroom or morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
For over 30 years, our lawyers and staff have sent holiday greetings and reminders to be careful on winter streets. This year is no exception. Season's greetings, everyone. Be safe and have a happy New Year.
Schweitzer Resort on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Welcome back, everyone. Powerball was not in the spirit of giving this Christmas. There was no jackpot winner in the lottery's game drawing Monday night, but you can still get yourself a Powerball ticket as a Christmas present for Wednesday's drawing.
There you go. The jackpot prize has now grown to an estimated $685 million. Should you win, that could help buy all the gifts you didn't receive on your Christmas list. And we did receive some lotto tickets for the holidays, but nobody won.
Nobody won.
Nobody won.
We checked this morning because this was the first year I've ever received a lottery ticket. All of us kids got lottery tickets this year. Yeah. And I don't think there were any winners, or at least nobody's told us yet.
It's a fan favorite at our holiday party. So.
Definitely.
So let's talk weather anyways, Riley. We're starting to see a lot of fog developing in the area. It's kind of clear right now on this camera, but wait till I show you our Dust Devil Sky Cam. Pretty foggy out there. More to talk about in my first alert weather forecast.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a new proposal from Egypt brings hope that there could be an end in sight in the war between Israel and Hamas. And amid the continued tensions in the Middle East, President Biden has ordered additional airstrikes carried out in Iraq.
In today's Tech Bites, fewer people are posting on social media these days. Advertising and misinformation are being blamed for causing people to take a more passive approach to social media. A new report finds Instagram is the most likely social media app to be deleted based on the number of searches online for how to delete my account. China is having a change of heart after a proposal to restrict online gaming sparked a financial meltdown. The proposal would limit how much gamers in China are allowed to spend. The proposal triggered an $80 billion sell-off in gaming stocks. Those new rules are now under review. And a federal judge has cleared the way for employees of X to sue over unpaid bonuses. The company, formerly known as Twitter, is accused of failing to honor repeated promises to pay the 2022 bonuses after it was acquired by Elon Musk. I hear Santa's Workshop doesn't give out bonuses at all. The workers are all elf-employed. Those are your Tech Bites.
A tiny pinch of Knorr chicken bouillon will save you more gas at driving downhill.
Because just one sip of this delectable silky chicken ramen noodle soup will put an end to your drive-through dinner rituals. It's time to bring out the cook in you and tell them to throw that glorious powder in that tasty, silky combo of delightful carrots, luscious mushrooms, and a touch of bok choy. Norte's combos. It's not fast food, but it's so good.
Oof, my cable internet bill exploded.
That's some yada yada. But Metro has 5G home internet for $20 if you're eligible, with no exploding bills and not a yada yada.
Good. I'm tired of rearranging these.
5G home internet for $20. Only at Metro.
Israel and Hamas are considering an Egyptian proposal to end the war, raising the possibility of a new round of diplomacy to halt a devastating Israeli offense in the Gaza Strip. And as the war in the Middle East continues to escalate, President Biden ordered U.S. forces to carry out airstrikes in Iraq on Christmas Day.
Well, your winter weather and rain wrapping up. A dry afternoon expected, but a rainy night ahead. All those details coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Well, we made it through the Christmas holidays and then we ended on Christmas night with a lot of winter weather through the area, Riley.
Definitely.
Things are looking good right now, other than we're starting to see a lot of heavy fog now. So yes. I always like to remind everybody, don't use the high beams. Make sure your lights are on, but use your low beams and your fog lights during this kind of weather. In fact, let's head over to the Weather Center and take a look. This is what it looks like on our Dust Devil Skycam. It looks black, but you can see that is on, and that has really become foggy here in the last little bit. So 31 degrees, humidity 96%. It's wet, but most of the rain and moisture has moved out of the area. But again, we want to be safe this morning with the low visibility. Here we are, we're socked in the Tri-Cities and Prosser. Even worse in Pendleton, down to a quarter mile of visibility. It's pretty foggy in Walla Walla right now, and the fog starting to build up in Yakima. So definitely want to drive safe. Let's take a look at our daily planner. We're looking at fog through Yakima at least till noon, and we might start to see a little clearing up afternoon. Temperatures staying in the mid and upper 30s throughout the day. Our daily planner for the Tri-Cities, that fog should start to melt off later on. We could see some sun breaks in the afternoon and temperatures climbing close to 40 degrees. For Walla Walla, unfortunately, stuck right there at the foothills of the Blues in that fog, and that's going to stick around for most of the day. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast coming up in just a bit. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Christmas saw no break in the fighting between Israel and Hamas. As the civilian death toll mounts, there is a new ceasefire plan being offered, but so far there's little, if any, support for it. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, despite growing international calls for a ceasefire, Israel is forging ahead with its bombing campaign in Gaza. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, during a surprise visit with his troops, proclaimed, "We are not stopping." Netanyahu saying the war will continue until Hamas is destroyed. Just hours earlier, one of the deadliest airstrikes for civilians since the war began. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says at least 70 people were killed in an airstrike on this refugee camp, dozens of women and children among the victims. Also over the weekend, at least 17 Israeli soldiers were killed, sparking renewed protests in Israel. The Prime Minister was heckled in Parliament by families of Israeli hostages held by Hamas.
We need someone to tell us what they're going to do. We need everyone to know that Romy and many more hostages are still held in Gaza, and we want people to remember them and to not forget that they're there and they need to come home.
Neighboring Egypt is now proposing a new ceasefire plan. It includes a mediated release of hostages and the formation of a new Palestinian government in Gaza. Neither side outright rejected the offer, raising hopes for a new round of diplomacy. But there's also growing concern about a wider conflict in the region. Iran says a high-ranking Iranian general was killed during an Israeli airstrike in Syria yesterday, an Iranian political group now calling for revenge.
The U.S. is hoping to work with Israel to scale down operations in Gaza. Axios reports one of Prime Minister Netanyahu's top confidants will visit the White House today, where officials plan to discuss a time frame for the next phase of the war. The Hamas-controlled health ministry reports that the death toll in Gaza has surpassed 20,000 since October 7th. This comes on the heels of an especially deadly 24 hours in Gaza, Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. By Monday, the health ministry said at least 250 people had been killed and 500 others injured over the previous 24 hours in central Gaza. Meanwhile, Pope Francis used his Christmas Day message to call for a ceasefire and peace between Israelis and Palestinians. On Saturday, the Pentagon said an Iranian attack drone hit a chemical tanker operating in the Indian Ocean. The Indian Coast Guard says no one died from the attack, and a fire caused by the strike was put out. The Pentagon says the strike came from a one-way drone which was designed to hit the target and not return. The Pentagon says no U.S. ships were in the vicinity. The vessel is Liberia-flagged, Japanese-owned, and operated by the Netherlands. The crew on board is made up of 20 people from India and 1 from Vietnam. The ship left Saudi Arabia on December 19th. It's expected to arrive to Mangalore on December 25th. The Pentagon says this is the 7th Iranian attack on commercial shipping since 2021. President Biden ordered the U.S. military to carry out airstrikes in Iraq Monday night. According to the White House, the strikes targeted 3 locations used by Kataib, Hezbollah, and affiliated groups. It was a U.S. retaliation for an attack Monday morning that Kataib Hezbollah claimed responsibility for. The group said it used a one-way attack drone in northern Iraq that injured 3 American service members, leaving 1 in critical condition. The U.S. retaliatory airstrike option was one of several given to President Biden during a call with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. U.S. Central Command said the airstrikes, quote, likely killed a number of Kataib Hezbollah militants. Military officials do not believe civilians were affected by the attack. Stacey Lee joins us now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Well, we're seeing heavy, dense fog in the region. Definitely want to drive safe out there. Those temperatures have dropped below 0 or below the freezing level, I should say, and those roads could be slick.
And each year, people receive holiday gifts that need to be returned. When we come back, we'll hear from experts about what to expect along with store return policies this year.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
Upgrade your kitchen with Frigidaire Professional, offering powerful performance and professional-grade design. The front control gas range provides the ultimate flexibility for making your favorite meals. Sear and saute with precision, and flip pancakes on the griddle for golden results. And thanks to our smudge-proof stainless steel, spend less time cleaning while keeping your kitchen looking spotless.
You won't find Frigidaire Pro at the box stores, but it's on sale at Fred's. Fred's Appliance. We want to be your choice.
When you're looking for low maintenance and safety for you or your loved ones, Bath Fitter can help with our unique tub to shower conversion. There's no lengthy renovation. Bath Fitter is the only company that offers a patented seamless shower wall. And each Bath Fitter installation comes with a lifetime warranty. Bath Fitter's biggest sale of the year is on now. Contact us today for an appointment. We can be there as soon as tomorrow. Many jobs are being installed in less than 2 weeks at the lowest prices of the year.
Welcome to Solstice Senior Living, an all-inclusive independent living community in Kennewick. Here you'll find a quality dining experience where meals are served 3 times a day with multiple options to choose from. Solstice offers a variety of floor plans, includes weekly housekeeping, Wi-Fi, cable, and utilities. Solstice is a great place to meet amazing friends. Get on our bus twice a week and do some shopping. Call today for your free tour and you'll see why Solstice has been voted Best Independent Living in the Tri-Cities.
Have you ever had a day like this? Bad days are why we got in the game. Capuzza Lighty, Accident Injury Lawyers.
The year-end sales event is on at Spec Buick GMC. We have the largest selection of trucks with the biggest deals of the year. Get up to $9,500 off MSRP on the 24 Sierra 1500 Coupe, plus no payments for 90 days. Or drive home the third-row seat Acadia or Buick Enclave and get 1.9% APR for 36 months. We've got almost 500 new and used vehicles to choose from. Come see us today in Pasco or online at SpecBuickGMC.com. Spec Buick GMC, a family automotive tradition since 1912.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on Rogue. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
Season's greetings from everyone at Apple Valley News Now.
It's the day after Christmas, and that means a frenzy of returns, both in stores and online. ABC's Derek Dennis reports on what's different this year.
This morning, all those Christmas gifts that didn't fit, were too ugly, or were just downright wrong are going back. The National Retail Federation says consumers are expected to return $173 billion in holiday gifts this year.
Returning items is a hassle. You got to package things up. You got to figure out the shipping label. You got to make time for that chore to bring that item back.
And Kristen McGrath with Retail Me Not says there will be more returns than ever. Why? Holiday sales were at record levels this year, nearly $1 trillion spent. And all that buying simply means more returning.
In a lot of cases, you can return gifts that were purchased online in store to a retailer's in-store location. So that can be a lot easier for people rather than, having to figure out how to ship a gift back.
But check the fine print on your receipts. Several retailers have added restocking fees or return shipping fees. Macy's charging $9.99, JCPenney $8, TJ Maxx $11.99. And watch for return deadlines. Target allowing 90 days for most items. Best Buy, return by January 13th. Macy's, Walmart, and Amazon, it's January 31st, except for Apple products, which have a 14-day return window. The upside to returning in store?
There's some really great sales going on right after Christmas. Retailers know people are going to be in store returning things, so they try to make it worth their while.
Got a gift card? Enjoy the gift of time. Federal law mandates gift cards cannot expire for 5 years. Several states have even longer windows. And if you don't plan to spend the money on that gift card, check out sites like CardCash or Raise.com, allowing you to sell your gift card for a fee.
Shoppers might look out with a keep it return policy. Some stores are telling customers to just keep it when the value of an item is less than what it would cost to ship it back. Christmas Day was the last day President Joe Biden could intervene and veto the International Trade Commission's ruling to ban the sales of some Apple Watches. Apple had already began pulling some of its watches off of the shelves in the U.S. amid a patent dispute. The models in question are its Series 9 and Ultra 2 versions. Apple says those models will not be sold online or at retail locations starting today. This comes as Apple fights a battle with medical device maker Masimo over the patent for the watch's blood oxygen feature. The last time a sitting president intervened in an infringement battle was 2013, when President Obama vetoed an ITC ruling to ban some iPhones and iPads that violated one of Samsung's patents. Coming up with Christmas, a prime time for movie openings, we'll hear from experts about how sound effects from some of our favorite movies are made, and Stacey Lee will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we want to remind you, your oral health is important. We know that life can get busy. Don't let your family's oral health take a back seat. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we offer extended hours. That's right, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. We want you to smile healthy and live happy. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
Does anybody want my tomato?
What have you got against tomatoes?
Not my favorite fruit.
Wait, tomatoes are fruit?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know how anybody can eat those things.
You do know that tomatoes are in ketchup.
Ring in the new year with style at More Furniture's New Year's sale this holiday weekend. We're celebrating all weekend long with incredible values on furniture and mattresses in time for the new year. Your home deserves a fresh start for 2024, and we've got everything you need during the New Year sale at More Furniture. Visit your local showroom or morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
Sundown M Ranch promotes patient-centered integrated care that focuses on the mind, body, and spirit. At Sundown M Ranch, the patient is the reason we are here. We take pride in our reputation of assisting individuals and family members through a difficult process with compassion, respect, and confidentiality.
Sundown M Ranch saved my life.
Last month, I celebrated 31 years of sobriety.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at our Legends Casino Skycam. 31 degrees. I just a little while ago saw an accident right here on a bridge, and that is what we need to talk about this morning. We had freezing rain. We've had rain throughout the night, and then the temperatures dropped down below the freezing level. So there are slick roadways or patchy ice here and there on the road. So plan for a little extra commute time today and just take it easy. Again, you could hit a patch of ice. We've already seen 2 or 3 wrecks this morning, so be safe out there. Here's our radar and satellite. You see that system mostly out of our area, off into the Spokane area, Idaho Panhandle. We still have active weather, though, coming our direction. Now, we are going to dry up. We're kind of in between systems here, but we will continue to see the low clouds and fog, at least this morning. We should start to see some sun breaks later in the afternoon in the Columbia Basin. It could stay foggy throughout the day for Walla Walla and even in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Those clouds start to move in, and here comes that next system bringing snow to the east slopes of the Cascades, and we'll see some rain showers passing through the area, kind of unsettled, hit or miss, depending on where you are. Bigger band comes through midday on Wednesday, where we'll see those snow showers once again across the Cascades and east slopes. Rain showers for the lower elevations coming through Tri-Cities. And then we stay unsettled as we get through our Wednesday into Thursday. And again, the low clouds and fog still a possibility. We've been tracking the low clouds and fog this morning down to a 1/4 mile of visibility in Pendleton, Walla Walla, 1 mile, 3 miles of visibility here in Tri-Cities, and Yakima and Prosser, pretty foggy up the valley. So take it easy. Plan for a little extra commute time. We're also tracking some gusty to breezy heavy winds. This is going to happen overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, especially here along the foothills of the Blues in the Grand Ronde Valley. This could be at warning levels or an advisory level because we're going to see those winds pick up and gust anywhere from 50 to 55 miles an hour at times. That could do damage, bringing down trees or power lines. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Let's take a look at our temperatures around the region today. Look at that. We're in the 30s. Temperature slightly above average there in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities as well, just under 40 degrees, 41 today in Hermiston, and we'll hit those 40s in the foothills of the Blues. Let's take a look at temperatures for tonight. Mostly cloudy with showers developing late and overnight. Temperatures below the freezing level once again tonight. 7-day planning forecast, check it out. Not bad. Temperatures, look at that, staying nice and warm all the way into the weekend. And when I say nice and warm, that is well above our average typically that we see in the month of December. December going into January. Tri-Cities, again, unsettled, a couple of days of fog there, showers throughout the region, but temperatures staying well above the average all the way into next weekend. Lots more to come. Riley, back to you.
Thank you, Stacy. Many of us will be heading to the movies this week and will be waltzed away into another world for a few hours. And one way filmmakers entrance us in their worlds is with sound. ABC's Danny New spoke with two people who have highly specialized jobs of creating sound effects for movies in unusual ways.
In the opening scene of Star Wars, how did George Lucas and company just manufacture the sound of a gun firing lasers?
If you hit on a power line, it makes that blaster noise, and so they just went and recorded that. Yeah.
Rachel and Ben here are Foley artists, named after sound effects legend Jack Foley. In a movie or TV production, these are the folks responsible for creating the specific sounds you hear, which apparently a lot of the time
They're all lying to you. All of the things that you hear on set, that is all us deceiving you.
For example, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, when Harry's bones are magically removed from his wrist, Rachel creates what our imagination decides is a convincing sound by squeezing this splooshy, rubber, squishy thing together. Or in 2018's A Quiet Place, the gooey slosh of the monsters attacking Emily Blunt sounds an awful lot like a head of lettuce being scrunched.
If you want something that actually has juice in it and has more organic noise, such for a monster, it would go with like lettuce and really just squeeze it.
Please stop using the word organic.
So, are our favorite movies lying to us? A little.
They are.
They are.
But it kind of makes the overall escapism and experience even more impressive.
It's a fun, weird career that I think is just wonderful.
And Ben is actually a sound design professor at the University of Miami, where most of that was shot, and he says this job is so highly specialized that there are actually more astronauts in the world than the Foley artists. When we come back, the story of the Depression-era Washington Huskies rowing team that beat the odds and made it to the Berlin Olympics is on the silver screen. We'll give you a preview when we come back.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Next extra, Oprah strikes gold with the color purple. Clooney rose towards box office glory.
Made for a good Christmas Day movie.
The ultimate holiday movie battle. Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Let Columbia Safety's experienced staff prepare you for emergency situations. Get certified in CPR, first aid, nursing assistant, or EMT. Visit columbiasafety.net to sign up for our in-person or online courses. Columbia Safety, training for the future.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Hey, it's Santa! This is the wow moment.
The whole shebang.
You are the champions of the Great Christmas Light.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Fred's year-end clearance sale is on now. Save on dishwashers, laundry sets, refrigerators, and more during this sale.
Like this Bosch dishwasher marked down to only $4.49 while supplies last. That's a great value.
This stainless Bosch dishwasher is one of Bosch's best sellers.
$4.49 for a Bosch dishwasher is a terrific buy, but hurry, these dishwashers won't last long.
Come in and save at Fred's year-end clearance sale.
Seasonal Affective Disorder Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health.
And let's see what's going on close to home. Fog is the situation right now. Currently low visibility. Pendleton, Walla Walla, Tri-Cities, Prosser down to a quarter mile or less. So heavy duty fog this morning. We definitely want to take a little extra time on our commute. Let's check out those temperatures around the area close to home. Pretty warm actually think about it, December going into January. Our temperatures are running right around average today, but we'll start to see a little bit of a warming trend in those temperatures running a little bit warmer. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities just under the 40-degree mark, unless you're in Hermiston, sitting at 41 degrees there. Look for clearing skies a little bit later this afternoon. Could even see a few sun breaks, so good time to, I want to get my dogs out for a walk. It's been a while. And then close to home in the foothills of the Blues, fog is going to be a little bit more difficult to get rid of there in the foothills, but the temperatures aren't looking too shabby, Riley. So yeah, definitely after the weird weather, it's time to get my pampered pooches out. They need a walk in the park.
Definitely, definitely. All very excited for those sun breaks today.
There you go.
Well, the latest Underdog sports movie is new in the theaters this week. David Daniel reports it's based on an inspiring true story that transcends its sports and its time.
They said we couldn't compete with the richest schools in the nation.
The Washington boat has taken the lead. Washington has done it!
George Clooney directs The Boys in the Boat, based on Daniel James Brown's best-selling book.
Everybody else tires, they just get stronger. This was a spectacular story, beautifully told. And so, yeah, it's intimidating, you know, obviously.
You're announcing the team today. Are you going to make it?
We rode out of need.
Come on, boys.
The need to stay in school, the need to eat, to sleep.
We got to keep these, right? As long as we stay on the team.
Particularly Joe was just like, well, how do I get money and a roof over my head and a job?
And food.
Food, you know.
Yeah.
It was all about survival, and then stumbled his way into kind of this path that led him to all sorts of amazing achievements.
The boys, that boat, saga.
Star Callum Turner used period music to take him back 90 years.
This Land Is Your Land was something that I would listen to every morning just to get into that, as if going through a gateway back into 1936.
Clooney and his cast found parallels between that era and this one.
A lot of people didn't have any trust in their neighbors and their country and anybody around them. I mean, it's hard to trust. So for them to build that and then really lean on it and sort of ride that all the way home to victory, I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see.
For the most part, we all get along. We all root for one another. We all want the best for our family, but we also want the best for everybody else. We all want most of the same things. So this is a story about how we need to be together to accomplish things.
Roll for your country. Roll for each other. For all the people who never believed in you. As one. As one.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Looks like one of those movies you need to go see, right?
Yeah,
George Clooney, come on.
Exactly, and representing the Huskies, so any Huskies fans, I think they have to get out to the theaters when it comes out.
Absolutely, that one would be worth going to the movies for sure.
Definitely, definitely. Would you say this upcoming week, because of the weather, would you say it's more of like a stay in for the movies or get outside?
It's, you know, a lot of people are off work and out of school right now, so yeah, go grab a good movie. That one